Hi, everyone. What do you do when you're having one of those days? It's like the old song says, there'll be days like this, Mama said. Any of you ever experienced any of that? Yeah? What can you do to make it less about, oh my gosh, what just happened to me? And change your state, change your outcome, shift the dynamic of what's going on in the day. Well, there are kind of three key things that are certainly on my list that I wanted to share with you tonight. First and foremost, and we've talked about this many a time, is the breath. What's a way that we can change the state that we're in? We can actually breathe. Because I know that when myself and I know some of my friends, when we're in some distress, we can breathe in a really shallow sort of a way. It feels like, up here. And what that does is it raises the tension in our body. When our opportunity is to really be able to breathe down into our belly, get some oxygen in our system, practice our breathing techniques. And the one I speak into most often is breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth as if through a straw. In through our nose, out through the mouth as if through a straw. Making noise is optional. I encourage you to, though, make the breath and do it in that specific way. It helps calm down our nervous system and allows us to think, allows us to hear. So there's part one. Part two, another way to change state. If any of you were Grey's Anatomy fans, the two lead female characters back in the day would dance it out, right? Put on some music and shake it up, right? And get your body moving. Get out of the chair that you're in, get out of the space that you're in, and go move your body. You can shake it out. You can go take a walk. You can go play with the dog, play with your grandkid. Do something different to physically move your body, to get yourself out of this days like this, Mama said. Oh, okay. And we've all got them, right? Third opportunity is change your location. Change your location. Quick story. I found myself early this week in an opportunity that had been sort of a rigorous day. And one of my colleagues said, hey, why don't we get out of here? Let's go have dinner. And he's local to this area and said, let's go to a particular kind of quaint downtown area that he was very familiar with. And so we Ubered on over. And the place he wanted to have dinner was going to be about an hour before we had our reservation. So we had an opportunity to walk around. So one, I'm in a new location. Two, I got to breathe some different air and just kind of shake out the cobwebs and look in all the stores and things like that. And then, and I wish I had a picture, and then I was graced with a surprise. And that's one of the joys of changing state, because you never know. You get to keep your eyes open. You just never know what might come into your world. Well, we're walking around kind of this circle area in this particular little quaint part of town. And we come around the circle in the park, and I look on a park bench, and there's an older couple who are sitting there, man and woman. And in the middle of them, I look, and then I do a double take. And it looks like there's a goose there, sitting on the park bench. And it's very still. And at first, I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, is this part of the ambiance and part of the charm? And then it moved. I'm like, whoa, hello. And they were talking with another neighbor. And I'm like, well, hello, hi, is that real? And they looked at me and they laughed. And they said yes. Now, my colleague who's with me is also afraid that if I get anywhere near this thing, it's going to pick at me, and then what's he going to do? Which made me laugh a lot. But I was curious. So, and the couple was very friendly, and I said, well, what's your goose's name? And it had a little scarf like you put on dogs and a little harness and all this other stuff. And I looked at her, and I said, well, would you like to pet her? And I said, well, okay. So they showed me how to do that. Just pet on her, the wing part. Very calm. Apparently she has 4 companions at home, and she was out for her evening constitutional. She apparently is rather friendly. And when they asked her, would it be all right if Nancy pet you? She went, mark. So talk about a change of state. First and foremost, I'm in a new place, which is always helpful. Got up out of my chair, not only got up out of the room, but, got out of the hotel. went to a new place that I got to explore that was very kind of nourishing and had a lovely conversation. And then there's this wonderful surprise. This wonderful surprise. I pet a goose. What's her name? Goosey. Okay, don't get me started. But here's the thing. When we are having those days, and we've all got them, folks, where it is one of those days like, this will be days like this, Mama said, right? That we have the opportunity to choose what we think and how we behave with it. We have circumstances, we have facts, we have conditions, and ultimately, we get to choose what we think about them. We get to make meaning of what's in front of us. And if we're feeling sort of stuck, like I was the other day, what can we do to help ourselves? How can we change our state? We have the breath, and we have the breathing technique, and we've done this many times before. So we breathe, changing us from sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system, calming our systems down. We can literally hear ourselves think. We have the opportunity to move our bodies in a way that can change state as well. Whether it's to music, whether it's a walk, whether it's play, whether it's some exercise, those are the opportunities there. And then third, change your location. Do something unexpected, even if it feels a little counterintuitive, because you never know when you're going to meet your favorite goose. That's it for this week, everybody. Take care. If Mama says, change your state, you know how to do it. Take care. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.